I'm going to talk about Krishnamurti. I'm going to talk about how he presented himself, how he spoke, what was his approach to anybody without any prejudice, without any bias. He reached out to people exactly the same way. Doesn't matter what your status, what your position, whether you are a president of a country, whether you are whoever you are. He just reached out to you as who you are, exactly the same time and space. Never, never, ever showed any disrespect, any antagonism, any controversies, any confrontation to any individual so far that I have read about him. He is one of those speakers that I have heard first time in my life. He is different from all. He is entirely different from everybody that I have known and read about. It is not a comparison, and I can stipulate on that. I can analyze on that, and I can say why. I see the differentiation. Maybe the differentiation is because rest of speakers, enlightenment seeking individuals, people who claim to know they know, people who know, people who don't know, they're all part of the group that engages into a discussion for a purpose, a very clearly defined purpose. And that's my understanding, that's my analysis, that's my, I would not say it analysis, I would rather say it's my perception, if that's what the perception is all about. That these all individuals that I have read, I have heard, I have attended to, I think that there's a purpose behind it. I don't know what the purpose is yet. It may be gratification. It may be survival. It may be something that I don't know. However, coming back to Krishnamurti, I see there is no purpose anchored into a self. In fact, there may be a purpose. In fact, there actually, I now feel, while I'm speaking, there was a purpose of welfare, purpose for others, not for himself. It's pretty evident. If you listen to his thousands of tapes, you know what he's talking about. You know how he's touching your heart. You know how ruthless he could be. Doesn't matter whether you are the top holding position of a country to a beggar. He's going to treat the beggar and a president of a country the same way. That's called integrity, my friend. That's who he is. he is an example. He's a living legend of ethics. He's a living legend of life. Actually, he is. He's still living. He's gone. He's not there anymore. But what he has said is priceless. So true. So correct. So to the point. So realistic. Harsh. Strong. And compassionate. There's no way to judge him. Only one time ever in my life that has made me think. I call so-called think. One of his videos says, what is thinking? I didn't quite get that yet. I see there's enough, too much material in there that I cannot even digest. I have not gone there yet. However, he spoke about thinking. He spoke about what thinking is all about. In my own terms, the way I know what my thinking is, in my own terms, I would say that I think, as we speak now, that Krishnamurti is beyond time, beyond space. He is. He was. He still is. That's controversial discussion, by the way. When I say he is, means his preachings, his statements, not his physical body, his contributions, his generosity, his giving, his compassion is timeless and beyond space. Going back in time, I always hunger. I feel empty sometimes, but that's again, it's a chronological time that reminds me what I have missed. Chronological as well as psychological. Time reminds, enforces what I have missed. And I think today, as we speak to you, as I say, the biggest, the most significant unfortunate, I would rather say, event is that I was not there when he was living. What I meant by he is Krishnamurti. But again, thousands and hundreds of thousands of people met him, shook hands with him, dined with him, ate lunch, listened to his communications, discourse, from Carnegie Hall to anywhere in the world you can talk about. My only consolation is do you think, I asked myself that question, do you think it would have made a difference? I could be one of those passing by passengers. Who knows? I don't. But his thoughts, his expressions, his disclosures are eternal. They're permanent. That had more permanency than the existence of his existence. Doesn't matter. All it matters is what you say, how you say it, and what you really say. Harsh or soft. Doesn't really matter. All it matters is the content of the message. Without purpose. That's all it is all about. I'm speaking my heart out today. For something that touched my heart. Touched me somewhere. So it needs to be spoken. It needs to be talked about. To carry on. Not with a purpose. To carry on the truth. The truth. Pursuing truth with no purpose. That's all the life is all about. You pursue truth with no purpose. And for that, understanding of truth is important. Understanding of purpose is important. So if we together pursue truth with no purpose, absolutely no purpose, is an act of grace, is an act of integrity, it's an act of goodness, pursuing truth with no purpose. That's all I had to say today. I may come back, talk more, maybe tomorrow, maybe sometime when I get time. That's all I have to say. You have a good day, evening, night, wherever you are. Thank you. Bye.